Shalom, welcome to our Biblical Hebrew Immersion class. We are in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 25 tonight. And I had to pre-record today's session instead of making it live, back and forth live, because my modem exploded. So anyway, hopefully we'll have a new modem soon. We've already scheduled it. So please keep praying for our ministry. I am, however, available to answer questions live in the chat as this is proceeding, so please feel free to type your questions and I will type live responses. All right? So let's just say a quick prayer. Avinu Malkeinu tודה לך על הכל אשר פה עכשיו. תשלח נא את חוכמתך עלינו, אדוני, כי אנחנו יכולים ללמוד טוב בעיניך. לכל הדברים האלה אנחנו נברכך בזכות ישוע המשיח. All right, just praying that he would send forth his wisdom upon us, that we might be able to study well in his name, by the name of Yeshua Mashiach. Okay, so here we are. Last time, the chariots are coming, right? Okay, everything's coming after the people. And here we are now, a little bit different scenario. Now the tables are turned. And it says, Vayasar et ofan mabotayv. Vayasar, this is Hashem, and he removed et ofan, the wheel of mabotayv. So markavot means chariots, and then the vav at the end means his. So of his chariots, markava is a chariot, markavot is the plural, and then the v means his. Now Rashi comments on this that it wasn't so much that the wheel was removed directly, but that the fire caused the wheels to catch fire, and then they kind of got stuck in place, and then they were no longer able to move, and they got dragged along. All right. Vayna hagehu bichvedut vayomer mitzrayim. Okay, and let's see. Vayna hagehu. So nahag in the kal binyan means to drive, right? It can also have the idea of like to lead. And that's where we're going to see that Rashi is right about what's happening here. When it's in the Piel like it is here, it's kind of hard to recognize because the second letter, hey, can't take a dagesh, right? So it's hard to recognize that this is Piel. So, Vainahagehu, and he led them, the who is bichvedut, with difficulty, right? So, and they moved with difficulty. It's something like they like to move stiffly or something like this. Literally, and they moved, and he led them with, the root is kaved, which is heaviness, right, with weightiness. Vayomer Mitzrayim, and Egypt said, Anusa mipnei Yisrael. Nus means to flee. And when you see the aleph at the beginning, it means I'm sorry, I thought I muted that. I will flee. Anus means I will flee. Anusa with that hey at the end, that's an emphatic hey. The whole form is called a cohortative. It means let me flee. Like may it be that I will flee. Let me flee. Mi panei, from panei, before, literally from panim, you drop the mem and it's panim of, faces of, from the faces of Yisrael, right? So from before Israel. Ki, because Adonai nilcham lahem. Adonai fights for them. And usually we have the verb first and then the subject would come after. When you put the subject first, that's special emphasis. So it's like Adonai fights for them. Notice the verb nilcham, to fight, is from the same root as lechem, bread, which was one of your days of the Hebrew words of the day. Make sure to be checking out those shorts every day, all right? Try to learn at least one word a day. It'll help you. B'Mitzrayim, against Egypt. Okay? Verse 26. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe. Then Adonai said, El unto Moshe. Natei et yadecha. Nata is to stretch out. This is a command form. Natei, stretch out. Yad is hand, of cha, of you. Al, over, ha, the yam, sea. Veyashuvu hamayim, al mitzrayim. Yashuvu, well, the verb is shuv. It's a hollow verb. Shin, vav, beit. And that middle vav has disappeared. So it means to return. Yashuv means he will return, or he is returning. Yashuvu means they will return. And why is it they? Well, the subject is hamayim, the waters, right? So it's plural. So veyashuvu hamayim, and the waters will return al over Mitzrayim, Egypt. Al over Richbo, the rechev of O, his rechev, his chariot. Ve'al, and over Parashaiv. Parashim are chariots, not chariots, cavalry, horsemen. And then we drop the mem, so it's horsemen of him, his horsemen. Verse 27. Vayet Moshe. So that's that verb. Look, it's the same verb. See, nata. Nata is a doubly weak verb. It starts with a noon, and verbs that start with noon, oftentimes that noon goes away. They're called pay noon verbs. And it ends in a hey. Verbs that end in hey, the hey often goes away. So you're left only with the tet sometimes in this verb. And sure enough, here we are. Only the tet is remaining. Let me get the Hebrew a little bit bigger there. For those of you on cell phones, I want to make sure you can see. The cartoon's nice, but the text is the most important. Okay. Vayet. Yet means he is stretching out or he will stretch out. Vayet, so the vav changes the time. Vayet Moshe, and Moshe stretched out et yado, his yad, his hand. Al, over ha yam. Ha is the, yam is sea. Okay. I'll leave that for a second. All right. Next page. All right, so here's a nice picture. It's most of the page. The scene of the horror that happened. The whole army's drowning. And here's our text. I hope that's big enough. I'll make it a bit bigger. Vayashav hayam lifnot boker. So the sea settled, or literally returned, lifnot boker, at the turning of the morning, right? The turning of the dawn. Some might translate that. Le'etanu Mitzrayim. Le'etanu. So this is the word etan, which is like continual. Le'etano, for his continual, like meaning it's continual. It was continually happening. Though in the context of this situation, I think it means something more like all of the water came down, right? Like all of it. Umitzrayim nasim. In Egyptians, literally in Egypt, nasim, that's that verb nous again, meaning to flee. Nasim, they fled, or they were fleeing. Likrato, to meet, from meeting him. Vaynaer Adonai et Mitzrayim. And Adonai, Naer is like shook off. He shook off Egypt, betoch hayam, into the midst of the sea. Verse 28, vayashuvu hamayim vaykasu et harechev. Okay? So, and they returned the waters. So the waters, that's what did the returning. Vaykasu, this is kind of hard to recognize. It's kaf, samich, hey. So the call form of that verb is to cover. This one is a Piel form. See the dot in the middle? That's telling us the second letter is intensified. So it's the intense root. So they were completely covered. They completely covered, meaning the waters. Et ha'echev, the chariot. Et ha'parashim, and the cavalry. L'chol cheil, to all of the might, like the military might of Paro, of Pharaoh. Haba'im, who had entered or came achareihem, after him, after them. Bayam, b is in, a is the, yam, the sea, in the sea. Lo nishar bahem, lo, not nishar, remained. It's from sha'ar, which is to remain. This is the nif also, it's a passive. They did not remain. Bahem, b is among, hem means them. Ad, until, echad. Sorry, it's not focus. So trick it. Come on, camera, focus. Focus, focus. There we go. Verse 29. Uvenei Yisrael halahu vayabasha. But venei, the children of Yisrael, halahu, they walked. Vayabasha. B is in or on. A is the yabasha, the dry land. They walked vayabasha, on the dry ground. Betochayam, in the midst of the sea. V'hamayim, and the waters, lahem, for them, were a choma, a wall. Mi minam, from the right. Umi samulam, and from their left. Wonderful. Let's just get, let's make sure you can see the whole picture there. The drama. You know, yeah, okay. Verse 30. Vayoshah Adonai bayom hahu et Yisrael. So, Yasha is to save. It's where we get the word Yeshua. Yeshua means salvation or victory. Now, this particular one is a hithil, which means to cause salvation. So, Vayosha Adonai, and God caused the salvation. Adonai caused the salvation bayom, be, in, a, the, yom, day, hahu, ha, the, who, he, or literally that one. So bayom hahu means in that day. Literally in the day, that one. Okay? Because the adjective has to agree. That's why it's that one. Et Yisrael. Miyad, from yad means hand, or this thing, which can also mean like the power, the authority of Mitzrayim, Egypt. Vayah Yisrael et Mitzrayim, mate al sefatayam. So this one, vayah, the verb is hard to find. It's actually resh, aleph, hey. It's a lamed hey verb, and when the verb ends in hey, the hey goes away. So yar means he is seeing or he will see. Vayar means and he saw. Who's the he? Yisrael. And Yisrael saw et Mitzrayim, Egypt, mate, dead, al, upon, Sifat Hayam. Sifat is a lip. But when we talk about the Sifat, remember if a word ends in hey and you change it to a tav, that means of. So the lip of Hayam, the sea. That's how you say the seashore, right? That's the sea's lip in Hebrew. Verse 31. Vayach Yisrael et Hayad Hagadulah Asher Asa Adonai. Vayach, and Yisrael saw et Hayad, the hand, Hagadulah, the great one, Asher, which Asa Adonai, Adonai did, against Mitzrayim. Vayireu. This is the verb yara. Don't get it confused with ra'ah. And they feared. Who feared? Ha'am. And the people feared. Hold on, it's blurry. Let me try to trick it to get focused. Come on, you can focus. There we go. And they feared at Yod-He, Waw-He. They feared Hashem. Vaya'aminu. And they believed Ba'Adonai. In Adonai, Uve Moshe, and in Moshe, Avdo, his servant. So the word is Eved. That's a servant or a slave of him. Okay. Now it's kind of quick tonight. That's interesting, but maybe we'll chat for a while. That is the end of chapter 14. So I think that's actually a pretty good place to stop. All right. You guys have a great rest of the day. And please pray that I can get my internet restored so we can go back to our live sessions tomorrow. Shalom, shalom. Be well and keep learning.